name's Joanna Henly and I work under the name of Miss Led. I've been in London, where I live and work, for 16 years now. This is my fabulous studio. I work as an illustrator, painter and live artist. I think it would be hard to describe my style in one way because I try and change and adapt to each brief or format or audience. The way I define my favourite projects would be not just so much the final outcome, but a lot about the process. I'm always kind of looking at new ways of working and looking at new ways of expressing my creativity, so there's always a new challenge, and I think that's the most motivating for me. I think I've been quite fond of being quite purist when it comes to working, and I've had a real separation between what's analog and what's traditional to what's digital and complete. It allows me to take more chances, but it also allows me to be more experimental because the element of risk has gone. The main way that I work would be if I'm looking at a figure, so I'll choose whether I use photo booth sometimes, and I'll recreate a position and a pose that helps a dialogue or a narrative. I will work with predominantly the figure first because I want that's where it connects with the viewer, I think, so a gaze and the eyes and the expression, and then everything else will be the sort of supporting characters in a way. So that piece will be really refined and completed, and then I will scan that in, maybe print it out or work on tracing paper as an overlay on top, and I'll start working with maybe text or other elements, whether they're natural, wildlife, things like that. Through using digital textures and creating brushes, I could create something that may be a sort of vintage or retro look with a sort of parchment feel. Because it's about me, and I wanted to look at kind of the concept and how I work with other portraits and how I include other elements. I wanted to look at other works that I've done that mean something to me, so they're my supporting characters, I suppose. The advice I'd give young graduates or aspiring artists and students would be, firstly, work hard. And I think if you want something like really badly, then you don't feel like you're making sacrifices. And I think for me, keeping hold of a style and keeping true to the things that kind of make you as a creative is really important.